Tony Stewart claims to be a voice for the IDD community, but is he really qualified to lead? Stewart says he's fighting for us, but where are the results? Support for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities is still underfunded, and resources are scarce. Demand a leader who listens, who acts, and who truly understands the needs of the IDD community. Vote for real change. Tony Stewart, a true champion for the IDD community. While others make promises, Tony takes action. With a heart dedicated to making a difference, Tony Stewart has shown time and time again that he stands by individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families. With Tony Stewart, we have a leader who listens, who acts, and who is truly dedicated to making a difference. Vote for a brighter future. Vote for Tony Stewart.
Hey everybody, Tony Stewart. I hope you like those political ads. I'm running for agency provider of the millennium or something. No. How irritating is it just for anybody to constantly get bombarded with information that you don't know is right or wrong? And that's what a lot of these ads and campaigns do. Being a DSP for so long, I have had the luxury to take individuals out to vote on a consistent basis. But I've also had the privilege to sit inside of their homes with them as these political ads are played. And it causes chaos at times. It can cause divides. It can cause just a whole bunch of just anger due to two sides not knowing and understanding. Most of the individuals we serve want to do the day-to-day stuff that everyone else does, and that includes voting. If you or I, if you're listening to this and you're not a person with an intellectual delay or anything, we even get confused. What do you think that they're going through? How do you think our clients help choose the people that they vote for? What are the ticks? I've serviced quite a few people who were from different parties of which I voted for at times. And real quick, I'm not going to tell you if I'm a Democrat or Republican because I don't identify with either per se, but I identify with humanity. And I know that all of these people are human and they are trying to do something for the greater good. But the point of this conversation right now is really trying to dignify what these ads are doing to people. And if that even is if it can be dignified. I think a lot of the ads and things that are coming up are a lot more divisive than they are communal. There's been so many discouraging things that has happened in our nation that now we need to come together as a population versus just constantly bickering on each side. I think one of the hardest things is when you're a DSP and you have a different cultural belief or a growth that is outside of your culture and how you grew up, it can be rattling. It can shake you up to the point that makes you feel as if you're not wanted somewhere, or you become defensive. And one of the things that I've noticed when most people become defensive, especially in politics, is because they really don't know the facts. I encourage everyone to go and learn the facts. Shout outs to the news stations that do the fact reporting. I think that is very important because there are some things that are just said at times on both sides that are just flat lies. And there's a lot of confusion out there. But a couple of tips. If you're working with an individual, and this can be for if you're a DSP, if you're a social worker, or SSA, or if you're just an advocate for a person with an intellectual delay, there's no reason to chop down a person's thoughts or views. But if you want to have some dialogue behind it, go gather the information. Go get to know what you're talking about. Now, another thing I would say with that is be open-minded. Realize you don't know everything. I don't know everything. And some of the best ways to figure out anything is to listen. If you are a strong Democrat and you're working with a client who's a strong Republican, I promise you there are some commonalities there. You can find them. Are you looking? If you don't like politics at all, but your individuals that you serve, love them. Some of your staff that you're either working side by side with, or maybe you're a manager or something, love it. It is okay to denounce yourself of the political scenarios and say, you know what, I'd rather not talk about that, but here, let's talk about humanity. How can we be better humans? Politics makes me mad. I'm not even going to lie. I had my little political run. I joined city council, and I quickly realized it was something that was a good accomplishment for me, that I had the resume to be able to not only accomplish that goal, but I also made a difference, I believe, in some of the legislation that we put in place and some of the needed requirements for knowing that you have community members making the political stance in the community that they live in. Did that make sense? I hope it did. But I knew that I needed to give more to my community. And giving more to my community meant that it was a time for me to change just going outside and playing football and basketball with the neighborhood kids. Just going into community fun events. It was time to really know and understand. And guess what the first thing was that I learned? Government moves slow. It is not like what I or anybody else really wants. It's just too slow. We can all come up. There are several different people on council, and we sit there with the mayor and the community. We come up with an idea, and I guarantee you that idea is not going into full fruition until at least 6 to 7 months later. I think that this is a learning experience for all of us. When we have those kind of scenarios, that's what we typically give up on trying to make change, because it's going to be long. It's going to take time. None of this stuff is a snap of a finger overnight. Honestly, anything that comes that quick, double check it. Look at it closely. There's something not right there. Not many people or many businesses. There's not too much of anything that just happens like that. So I know this was a nice little rumble rant, but hopefully it made sense for the parts that really stand out for our clients. Help them the best way that you can, and be respectful on all sides. And if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, throw all that on the back. Just be a good human being. Till next time.
I'm Dr. Craig Esquire, President of Intellectability. State developmental disability agencies, managed care organizations, and providers across the United States use Intellectability's health risk screening tool, e-learn courses, and person-centered training to improve health equity for people with IDD. Visit replacingrisks.com to learn more about how you can employ these tools with people you support.
Making sure that individuals are reaching the goals they have set for themselves. That's one of the many goals of Assured Health Services. If you're looking for a residential care provider or searching for ADS services, Assured Health is your go-to place. Assured Health, helping others succeed. Learn more at assuredhealthohio.com or call 419-442-8066. The Reliable Drug and Alcohol Testing Clinic is a leading provider and convenient source of pre-employment and occupational type testing. Their clinic provides services to a wide range of private businesses, healthcare facilities, and municipal and county courts. Reliable is an independent, locally owned clinic. As a result, they provide their services at a lower cost than the major hospitals, have faster turnaround times on test results, and eliminate the long waits typically incurred at these larger facilities. To learn more, visit reliabledrugtest.com. THS Remote Supports is clearly focused on improving independent living through dynamic and personalized services. Their systems have been carefully developed and perfected to ensure that everyone receives the best care through the least intrusive means possible. Located in Cincinnati, Ohio, they've spent over 20 years providing in-home supports to individuals with disabilities. If you or someone you know is looking for a remote service provider, go to thsrss.com or call 513-882-9088.
Agape Community Services is an innovative, health-conscious adult day program for individuals with developmental disabilities. They empower happiness and independence, offering top-notch services and encouraging active participation in daily activities. At Agape, they build rewarding community connections without compromising on quality. Join them in creating a brighter future together.